Right, so I just want to take a minute and talk about making sure that you know you have an offer that you actually want to sell. So it's really easy to sit down and start to package up and group up what you do for your services or your products, and they feel like it's a good idea or you think it's what you should put together. But when it comes down to it, if it's not something that absolutely lights you up to actually deliver, you're not going to sell it. So it might sound like when you're talking with some people and they're suddenly thinking, well, I don't want to buy this. And you're like, why is no one wanting to buy it? It has to do with what do you want to do? Do you actually want to deliver it? So some of the things to look at are price point. Because if you find that you're delivering way more value for the price that you're offering it for, it's going to put you in an imbalance. And that imbalance, just naturally behind the scenes, the stuff upside in our head, makes us not want to actually get someone to make that purchase, because then we would put ourselves in the position of having to deliver. So, for instance, if you have, let's say, a 3-month program that is super time intensive. You're talking with folks, once a week, lots of email support, you name it, you're doing a lot for them. And the price point is only, maybe $1,000 or $2,000, and it's all one-on-one support. It's going to cause an imbalance. And as you go to present it, just the internal stuff that's going on for you is going to cause you to pause, to not present it properly, and to not get folks to say the yes. So what I like to do is help everyone figure out exactly what your aligned package is based on what does your client actually need in order to get the transformation they desire. So that's number one. And then number two is, how do you like to support folks? How is your transformation best delivered? For instance, if you love being in a room full of people and the work that you do comes across really well when there's like an intimate group of like 8 women or 8 men sitting together and they can have some experiential things happening where they do a workshop and they learn and you're really intimately connected, then if you put together a group program for 12 weeks, that's a mismatch to the way you like to work and a mismatch to the way that someone wants to receive. So first and foremost, the best and first important step is determining how you like to deliver, what you want to deliver, and then again, also looking at how does your client get results. So for instance, if you work with clients and they get everything they need in 1 hour, and you've again created a 12-month package, then there's going to be a mismatch. Or if you are someone who likes to have freedom in your life and flexibility, if you were to try to sell a program that was, for instance, like a 12-month commitment where you meet every other Tuesday and you're having 3 live events, and for yourself, if you know you're tied down and in 4 months you still have to deliver to this group of people, you're not going to like it. It's going to naturally put you in a position where you won't sell it. So what I want for each and every one of you to do is to take some time and really write out, what does your client need in order to get transformation? For instance, if you're a health coach and they need to go through a process of eliminating certain foods and adding new foods in and getting themselves to the gym or to the yoga practitioner, and it's going to take them, a good couple of months to get into a new rhythm and see results, be mindful that your packages revolve around the result timing that they need. If you're a coach that helps new people start up businesses, and we've all been in a position where we started something new up, it might feel like it can take 30 days, but sometimes it'll take 6 months or 12 months. That's something you really want to take into consideration. And then also look at how you like to be in business. Do you want to be the person that every single Tuesday there's something that's happening? Are you someone who wants to work intimately one-on-one? Do you want to gather a group? Do you want a group of 100 people or do you want a group of 4 people? Really look at that, because once you start matching those two things up, bing, the ability for you to sell will just kind of magically happen. Now here's another part you want to look at when you're thinking about your offers. There is just a beautiful thing that happens when you have 3 main offers. Now you can have multiple things that you pull out of your pocket at different times, but having this 3 package creates a few really important things in your selling process. So number one, having your high level VIP, highest cost, fastest thing, fastest way that folks get it. That's for the people who like to just gather everything. They're really good at getting something done on their own, and they want to just get everything from you really fast and then go do the thing on their own. Having one-on-one support when you're doing intensive work like coaching, having one-on-one support can be really helpful because you can do deep dives. And one of the best things to do is to figure out how many months do you want to work with somebody and how many months do they need together with you over that one-on-one, and what you want to offer them to figure out what your price point is. And then another way to have this is also to have kind of like a starter way. Starter way might be a small group, like an on-demand group or an online program, or something that is a smaller package. So I'll give you a few examples. So one example is, let's say you are a health coach. And one of the things you can do for folks is you can do a 1-day intensive or a half day or 1 hour. But what you're hearing is there's an intensive, it's for a short amount of time, and they come to you or it's over the phone, and you give them all the information that they want. Another way that you can work with them is to create a 3 or 6 or 8 month package where you're working one-on-one with them every day, once a week, once a month, whatever that timeline is for you. And then for your group, you can do a small group package for like a 30-day jumpstart. And this is something that when you start to work with folks, a lot of times when they can hear 3 different ways to work with you, they can identify what works for them. So I'm actually going to explain my offers because I think it's an easy way to give you something concrete that you can hear and hear why they're priced the way they're priced and what they do. So for instance, I have a VIP day. And my VIP day is really specifically for somebody who is at high 6-figure mark, going to 7, who wants to be able to envision every bit and piece that they need for launching something big, like an event, like a telesummit or teleseries or some very large thing that they're going to produce. And what we're going to do is we're going to sit down and see all the things that they need to have in place, their sales goals, who's involved, how they're going to put something out, every bit and piece together during our VIP day. And then we have some limited interaction afterwards to make sure that they can stay on track. A lot of these folks already have large teams together. What they're looking for is my expertise. So we spend a day together doing that. Now, for someone who wants fast results, that's fantastic. It usually also matches with price point. And now here's another hint. One of the reasons why I have this is mostly for me to offer as an upsell to folks that are currently clients, or for me to offer it as a one-off so that then we can then again work together long-term. And it matches very well with my other programs. I also have my main package, and this is my one-on-one coaching. This is my favorite. I absolutely love doing this type of work. It gets the best results for my clients. They love it. It's just a great thing for me. So what I created is a way that I can work really exclusively with somebody, do a deep dive for, generally speaking, a minimum of 4 months. I usually end up working with my clients much longer than 4 months, but it's a good place to start. I know 4 months will get them traction, they'll get them results, but it's also a great way for them to be able to say yes and step into working. I've also created a price point that works so that I don't have to give a certain number of calls in a package. Literally, someone is retaining me and they get me for those 4 months. Generally speaking, we have weekly check-ins, but some people like to talk once or twice a week. Some people talk once a month. Some people want to email me every single day, and some people just want to email once in a blue moon. So this way I have a container that works really well for them, allows me to do a deep dive, and it's a great price point. And I also have my on-demand group, and my on-demand group is really cool because it's for anyone who needs a little support. They have something specific, a project or a sales problem that they're going through, and they want some really specific support. They want to be in a group container, and it's a entry-level price point. And so now I'm going to describe my price point so you can see how they match up. So my VIP day is $10,000. And what's great about that is we're mapping out something that's between $100,000 and $1 million worth of revenue and how they're going to reach it. So the value is excellent. Would you pay $10,000 to get 100? I mean, most people will get that. But I also have it so it positions itself as it's a benchmark. Here's the high bar. So anyone who has any feeling or attachment to money, they can hear that number and know that's where the top is. My one-on-one work is $2,000 a month. And with $2,000 a month, that allows me to be super duper available. I can ebb, I can flow, I can be there, I can answer 16 emails, and it's great. And I feel great about it. And honestly, most of my clients, they reach out when they need We're all adults. They ask for support and I give it to them. So it's really easy. And then my on-demand group is 6 monthly payments of $497. So again, I'm going to backtrack to my one-on-one. The $2,000 a month, it's for usually a minimum of 4 months. That's where we get started, and sometimes it goes longer. They can choose to keep going. The $497, $500 for the monthly for 6 months for my group. And this way, it just gives different price points. It gives different levels of support. Somebody who wants an intense amount of work together for a high price point because they want quick results. Someone who wants to be held during the process and we walk together for several months. And then somebody who wants just great connections, some individual support, but within a group as well, and to be able to reach out and receive support for 6 months. So those are my 3 packages. And part of why I have them also, again, is when you position the 3 together, people can identify which matches for them. There is not a do you want this or don't you want it, it's which one do you want. And the best of all is if you just say one price point, $500 a month. $500 a month just by itself for somebody may feel high, it may feel low, it may feel good. But when you put it in conjunction with 10,000, 2,000, 500, there's a distinct hierarchy and people can compare. And when they have that comparison, that they won't be as maybe triggered by a number that they would happily say yes to, but because they hear it individually, they hear it with all of their baggage that they go along with. So hopefully this has been helpful for you. This is about creating your offer, determining what works for your clients, what gets them results, what they need to create transformation, aligning it with exactly how you like to work best. Again, for me, I found that I'm not someone who loves to do a 12-month program for 25 people and meet 4 times a year in person. I much more prefer to work really intensely one-on-one with a handful of people. And then also to have a really great group of folks who I can nurture and give attention to and let them interact with each other on a like a little ongoing basis. And I love doing VIP days because I can get in and get the big picture ideas. So matches for me, matches for them, easy to sell. And I hope this has been helpful. Have a great day.